Hey, guys.
Hey, Craig.
Hey.
Hi, Rick.
Hey.
As another exciting day dawns on Oak Island.
Rumor is you guys tested that the metal we found in D2. Is this true?
And we're about to tell you.
Brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, their partner Craig Tester, and members of their team are conducting a strategic drilling operation in the Money Pit area that they hope will help them solve a 226-year-old mystery.
We used XRF in 2 samples. The XRF came up with gold.
Oh, not just gold.
Yeah.
Percentage is extremely high. 700 parts per million.
Oh, wow.
Something in there.
Something in there. Might be it.
1 week ago, after discovering wood from a depth of 88 feet in borehole D2, which was then carbon dated to as early as 1488, the team unearthed a mysterious piece of metal.
Yeah, it's a big chunk of metal right there.
I'm just gonna throw it on and see what we get.
When geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner performed elemental analysis on it using an X-ray fluorescence device, Rick and members of the team were astonished by what they had found.
AU. There it is.
There it is.
AU. We got gold again.
Wow. It's a piece of metal that may have been either in close contact with gold, or it could be even more interesting, i.e., that the metals themselves contain gold. And to me, if it's part of the metal, that's far more interesting. That means that it's a valuable item.
Based in an area known as the C1 cluster, where recent water tests in existing boreholes have revealed high levels of silver and gold, the team has designed a strategic drilling grid in the hopes of pinpointing the fabled Money Pit treasure vault. Now, the next target on that grid is borehole B4, which sits just 14 feet from D2.
The C1 cluster, it just sounds like the right spot. Gold on the steel, that's very encouraging. If it's accurate that the gold is on the metal and that there are just no natural sources, then I'd say we're closing in on the treasure.
Terry, you have the grid, as I'd like to get brought up to speed here.
We are here on B4, but this hole in particular is at the northern perimeter or edge of the C1 cluster of tunnels.
Yeah.
If we find evidence of tunnels, there we go. Now we get something more to chase.
It is also in this area that the team has previously drilled into a believed tunnel at a depth of approximately 90 feet. If the team is unsuccessful finding treasure in B4, then they hope to hit a tunnel that will lead them to it.
And we have to concentrate on the areas where we do know there is possible tunnels and kind of zero in on that.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to disagree. This information is too exciting. It's certainly worth chasing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Christmas morning, right? It's not always about Christmas morning. It's what leads up to Christmas morning, and we're not there yet. But we certainly know there's packages under the tree. Anyway, keep us abreast.
See you guys. Thanks for the news.
You got to hope that we might be very close to something.
All right.
Could be an interesting day on the island.
Geologist Terry Matheson, surveyor Steve Guptill, and Oak Island historian Paul Troutman continue monitoring the core drilling operation in borehole 8.5N-13.5. Since encountering a mysterious 10-foot void at a depth of 55 feet just 1 day ago, the team has decided to keep drilling below the 100-foot level in the hopes of once again encountering the wooden tunnel that may be heading toward the nearby garden shaft.
Hey, Golden, what do you got there?
This is gonna be 108.
108, okay. Excuse me. So I'm just carving this turkey up here, see what we got.
It still looks pretty loose, Terry.
Yeah, well, it's loose right there, but then it seems to stiffen up here. I don't see any wood. It's firm at the top and then loose. Okay, this is all really loose.
You know,
I don't think we're going to get much. Yeah, it's somewhat disturbed. Everything is loose, and that's what happens when you're close to a structure. I wish I had definitive evidence. I wish I had a couple chunks of wood in here.
Yeah.
Then you're going to know that the proof is in the drilling, I said.
Hey, guys! Check out the garden shaft!
Wow, look at that.
Oh, wow, look, bubbling really good, actually.
So, Terry, yes, there are indeed air bubbles in the garden.
Okay.
It's on the right-hand side, right next to where a rock is, actually.
So we're transmitting pressure as they case forward from the drill rig along that tunnel over into the garden shaft.
Yes.
We know there's a tunneling system under there that may connect to the garden shaft. And that's really exciting for us because we could potentially tunnel to the treasure. Okay, I sent the guys a text. Let them know what's going on in this hole.
Super, that's perfect.
We should go get the samples for the water and the air bubbles in the garden, Steve. So
Okay.
we have a collection here.
Okay, but we'll take a look.
In the hopes of obtaining more evidence of precious metals from deep underground near the garden shaft, Paul and Steve collect a water sample that will be analyzed by geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner.
Well,
Hey, Marty. Hey,
Marty?
Rick, how you doing?
what's up?
For right now, we've got really interesting outcomes, very close to the garden shaft. Down as far as 108, it was very loose. Well, no wood, but I mean, that level of disruption or disturbance tells me that we might be close to a structure.
Yes, there was air bubbles about 108 to 115. We actually started seeing air bubbles in the front and the back of this rock that's on the right-hand side of the garden. So, interesting.
Bubbles in the pond over here?
Bubbles in the garden.
In the garden shaft
In
pond.
the garden pond.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I don't know, that's very odd.
We were surprised to see the air escape from the area of the garden shaft, but excited about it for one simple reason. It means there's a void or voids down there, possibly a tunnel connected to a garden shaft, and we need to devise some sort of plan where we can explore that area. This area in particular, probably more than any other area over the last 10 years. This is probably the most interesting.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. You ought to keep on keeping on.
All right.
Keep going, guys.
Keep at it.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care now.
The following morning,
I think we're all really excited about the garden shaft. Craig, why the garden shaft? What interests you about it?
The water sample had gold in it.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
Rick, Marty, Craig, and other members of the team have gathered in the war room for their highly anticipated meeting regarding a new method to search for answers deep in the Money Pit area.
Doug reached out to a company called Dumas. Well, today, their team is going to meet with us. Steve, if you can get them up.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey, gentlemen.
Thank you to everyone for the ability to present Dumas's vision and means and methods for the Garden Shaft Rehabilitation Project. We're just very happy to be here today.
Based in Timmins, Ontario, Canada, Dumas Contracting Limited is one of the leading mineshaft construction and engineering companies in North America.
My name is Cameron Carter. I'm the Vice President of Engineering and Business Development for Dumas Contracting Limited. Joining me today is Mr. Tony Linton. Tony Linton is our in-house shaft sinking technical expert with our operational team in Timmins joining us. I do have a presentation that might help to illustrate that methodology. First, there is an existing 10 by 10 wood crib shaft to approximately 77.5 feet depth. The objective here is to refurbish this shaft and make it safe for further exploration along the length of the shaft. We are going to expose the shaft collar and build our foundation. We will muck out the backfill from the existing floor of the shaft.
Our intention is to reline the shaft as it currently exists in order to preserve what was there. And then also what we're going to do is injecting grout into the surrounding soils to slow down any water infiltration into the shaft.
That will ensure the long-term stability of this shaft excavation.
Brilliant.
We will continue to construct the manway section to make this shaft accessible again for personnel.
Now, wait a minute. Are we, the fellowship members here, going to be able to actually go underground in that shaft once it's complete?
Yep.
Wow. This is really cool.
So as we descend into the garden shaft, we can guide you and bring you down into the excavation.
Okay.
I think the chance to come down and explore that shaft is one of the most important things.
Yep.
We've encountered what we deem to be potential offset chambers or voids in the ground. So we're starting to collect some data for you guys and maybe give you some targets.
That's fantastic, because we are going to be probe drilling as we descend into the shaft to recognize and quantify where those voids exist.
Okay. All right. Let's say we hit something, a void, whatever, something at, say, I don't know, 50 feet, and we want to tunnel out from there. Would we be able to do that?
To answer your question, Marty, we can go in any direction at any elevation.
Okay. It's great. Really cool.
In order to allow members of the Oak Island team to descend and explore the garden shaft, representatives from Dumas will construct a concrete foundation around the existing structure, excavate it with a massive crane and hammer grab, and then reconstruct it with new waterproof wooden timbers down to a depth of at least 77 feet, the believed total depth of the shaft.
The objective, again, is to rehabilitate.
The Garden Shaft Rehab Project will provide several unique opportunities. You can either tunnel or expand the shaft. You can go deeper with the shaft. To me, it's always about the eyes and boots approach, and we will have a legitimate, for the first time, eyes and boots approach to the money pit.
From start to finish, what's the estimated time to completion?
Right now, we're forecasting approximately 50 days of in-the-hole rehabilitation work to get us to 77.5 feet.
Perfect. We've never been able to go underground in the money pit, and yet everyone before us for 200 and some years have been underground. But that's an aside. We believe that the garden shaft will supply us with some greater understanding of the money pit, what has been done not only in the previous 227 years, but perhaps what was done originally, what we call the depositional phase. The idea of rehabilitating a shaft so we can get underground is exciting because actually being there, actually getting down and seeing things is always the best data. And I think we can trace the gold in the water. Then we can find the treasure if it's here and figure out what exactly happened on this island. I think we need to get down under the ground. That's where I'm at. Absolutely.
Hey.
Hey, how chaps?
At the Oak Island Interpretive Center, Rick Lagina and his nephew Alex are meeting with Gary Drayton, archaeologist Laird Niven, and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan.
All of this is coming from inside that circular feature.
They are eager to receive Gary, Laird, and Emma's analysis of a coin, as well as a potentially 500-year-old Phoenician bead that were both found 1 week ago in a large stone foundation located near the shoreline on Lot 5.
Let's have a look, mate. It's a right size for a penny or a half penny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No mistake in that. King George?
Well, let's take a look, Emma.
Earlier today, Emma scanned the coin with the SkyScan 1273 CT scanner, which emits non-destructive X-ray radiation to penetrate corrosion and reveal the object's finer details.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Right there, and see on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
It should say Georgius III Rex.
Rex, okay.
Yeah, it's Latin
It's
Georgius.
the third.
Yeah, that's definitely. No.
So 1760 to 1820.
Yeah.
I think it's the first edition head.
Yeah, an early head.
Yeah. So that takes us into 1770s.
An English penny or halfpenny that could date back nearly 3 decades prior to the discovery of the money pit in 1795? If so, who left it in the foundation on Lot 5? Someone who may have left something of value behind? Or was it someone looking for the fabled treasure?
Let's go out there and find some more.
More digging.
Yep.
Okay.
What a great day for finding treasure.
Okay, here we go.
All it takes is one good find.
That's right.
That pottery?
Billy.
We both saw that.
Look.
Oh, I see it, mate. That's nice. Oh,
I see color.
that's gorgeous, mate. Oh, look at that. And there's another piece here as well.
Where?
There. You see the rim?
Yep, yep.
All right, let's see if this is a match. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. That's beautiful, mate.
What is that?
That's old. That is some fine china by the look of it. Well, I mean, this is high-end stuff. I know that this Chinese porcelain was really, really popular. That's what the Portuguese fleets used to bring up through these trade routes. Really, really nice.
Potentially ancient Chinese pottery? If so, could Gary Drayton be correct that it may offer another Portuguese connection to the Stone Road in the Oak Island Swamp? According to documented history, beginning in the early 16th century, Portuguese explorers, including Vasco da Gama, who is also a member of the Portuguese sect of the Knights Templar, made extensive trading expeditions to China, bringing back, among other goods, fine Chinese porcelain, which then became highly traded throughout the region and the Americas.
Well, you look, you can see the age on the back. You see that crackling on the back? It's been in there a while.
What we're looking for is to try to establish a connection between these artifacts and the actual physical constructs. Stone road, stone path. It's possible this pottery will give us great insight into what this feature represents, because that stone road to me is still inexplicable. There's something right there.
Son, you seen it?
Yeah.
Ooh, big chunk.
That's a big chunk too.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. Okay, mate, got it in my hand, mate. I'll wait till you get out.
Another one, Gary.
There's another one?
Yep.
That is so fantastic. I think this may be something different.
Is it?
Yeah, I think this is teacup. Don't get any better than that, mate. What a perfect start to the morning. Let's see. Look at that.
No, it's not.
It's either a teacup or a bowl. Oh, yeah. Actually,
Might
it's
fit.
two different vessels.
Where's the silver spoon? So with it, right?
That would be nice.
And I'll bet there's more in here.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, look at that, Billy.
Yeah.
I love this blue glaze. Oh, yeah, that's a Chinese design on it as well. Turned into the swamp tea party, isn't it?
If you found all that pottery, it should be a pretty good chance of finding something else there too, right?
Yeah.
With that amount of finds, I think we have to go through it by hand.
Agreed, mate. And I'll put these to one side because I'm turning into Gary Potter.
I think that's a rock. Not sure.
No, that's a bit of pottery, mate. And it's different as well. It's got black edges. So it's two-tone. It would have been black and brown, or brown and tan. Look, see that darker glaze there?
Oh, yeah.
And it's on that side.
Yep. I've never seen that before.
And I haven't, mate. It's got the black glaze on both sides.
That is different.
All right, we'll put that in the bag to add to the collection.
I do find the incredible collection of pottery telling some sort of story. And so we need to do our homework. We need to understand how old this pottery is, what it might have been used for. Is there a cultural, stylistic understanding of it? And then go from there.
There we go. More pottery, mate. Look, it's tumbling out.
Oh, here you go, Gary. Here's your favorite.
What you got? Oh, that's bloody beautiful. Look at that. That is really nice. I think this is older than that other porcelain we found. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is really nice. That's not the same pattern. That's an older pattern.
That's different.
So there's a lot of people here spent a lot of time right here at the end of this road. And it might span centuries.
Let's see what else there is, right?
Yeah.
Look at that, Gary. Check that out.
I think that is a heel of a boot or a shoe.
I'd say it's the heel, yeah.
Do you see that square hole there, mate?
Mm-hmm.
And it was made by fastening this sole to the shoe with odd nails, little handmade nails that had square shanks. Now, if it was modern, it would be glued. So this is an oldie. 1800s or older because now they're glued.
The sole of a possibly ancient boot found near the stone road in the swamp? But if so, just how old could it be? And who did it belong to?
It's a very cool find.
Yeah.
If there's a certain style to this type of shoot, since it's close proximity to the stone road, you may be able to infer who built the road. I think it's important to understand the age of this artifact.
I'm gonna put it in the bag.
And the dates on the pottery and see what it tells us about the mystery.
I'll bring it back to the lab. They can conserve it properly.
All right, mate, and I'll let you know if we find any more.
Perfect. Good luck. See ya.
See you, mate.